yet this story, calling Elon Musk the most powerful unelected man ever, Trump does not like to share the spotlight.
No, and in comparison to the need for attention between Bannon and Musk, Bannon looks like a kitty cat. You know, Elon needs a lot of attention, and Trump will be irritated by that. Well, I'm going to repeat my assertion about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. One of my favorite movies is Highlander, and there can be only one, and that's going to be Donald Trump.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and there can only be one. But while Elon Musk and Donald Trump stage this high-stakes battle for attention and power, they're distracting us from the real fighting happening right now all around us.
I know Elon very well, but I'm told that whoever the last person in the room is for Trump often has control of him. And of course, Trump's attracted to the wealth and the glamour around Elon Musk. I guess it's glamour. I don't quite know what it is. Nerd glamour. And so he's going to have some influence. He definitely inserts himself all the time. That's his style. That's why he's just suddenly shown up there like the guest that wouldn't leave. And I've heard from Trump people calling me saying, "Oh, wow, this is odd." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. You'll see much more of it." But he's not going anywhere until Trump throws him out, which could happen because they're both really strong personalities who like to be at the center of attention.
This isn't just a power struggle of egos, it's a cover. As they draw us into their spectacle, the true danger is growing in our neighborhoods, in our workplaces, and how people are turning against each other every day, all while this racist, authoritarian agenda gains ground. It's not just about which of them comes out on top. It's about the damage they're inflicting on society as a whole. As they jostle for control, they're setting the stage for a new kind of America, one that rewards loyalty, punishes resistance, and fuels division.
The regime does the bidding of the billionaires, and in turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Power grows ever more concentrated as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it. In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It can undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
Take Musk's recent actions with Ukraine, a seemingly isolated example of a billionaire wielding his power over a country in crisis. But what's really happening here is Musk showing just how much control he has, not only over infrastructure, but over people's lives. The threat of cutting Starlink access wasn't just a political play, it was a warning. If he's willing to manipulate an entire nation's access to communication, what's stopping him from applying this tactic right here in America? While Musk and Trump bicker for the spotlight, the real message that they're sending is that they're willing to use every tool at their disposal to silence dissent, whether it's overseas or right here at home. This isn't just about power. It's about laying the groundwork for a society where people live in fear of being cut off, controlled, or exploited. As they play this game, ordinary people are the ones caught in the crossfire.
The world's richest man reportedly joined a call with Donald Trump and Ukraine's president, raising new questions about what influence the tech titan will have in the next Trump administration.
This isn't limited to Ukraine. The coercion we're seeing in Musk's playbook aligns disturbingly well with Project 2025's goals, using economic control as a tool to silence and subdue. Through Project 2025, Trump and his allies are dismantling protections that working Americans rely on, like Social Security, health care, and labor rights. And they're counting on this economic pressure to keep people compliant. For those who resist, the consequences are clear. You lose your financial security, your health care, your retirement. These policies are designed to make survival itself a reward for loyalty. And while Musk and Trump play their game, we're left to deal with the fallout. It's a classic distraction tactic. While the country's attention is on them, they're quietly engineering a system to control each and every one of us. Picture this, a working class family forced to stay silent out of fear of losing their benefits, while Trump and Musk laugh from the top, insulated from the consequences of their own policies. This isn't just political strategy, it's coercion. It's using survival as a weapon. Meanwhile, social media, under Musk's control, has become a breeding ground for division and violence. Since taking over Twitter, Musk has allowed it to become a platform for some of the darkest sentiments in our society. The rise of hateful posts, open threats against those who didn't vote for Trump, and calls for violence, eradication of political opponents. These aren't random posts. They're the result of a culture Musk has encouraged. This isn't accidental. It's a deliberate effort to pit Americans against each other, fueling anger and resentment. The message is clear. If you're not with them, you're the enemy. And in this atmosphere, people who were once neighbors and friends are now turning on each other. Musk's platform isn't just a tool for free speech. It's become a weapon for ideological warfare, amplifying dangerous rhetoric and making dissent seem like a risk not worth taking. But together, Musk and Trump are piercing together an authoritarian blueprint right before our eyes. Ukraine was a test case. Project 2025 is the roadmap, and social media is the battleground. They're shaping an America where loyalty to them is mandatory and resistance comes with consequences, where they decide who has access to information, who gets financial security, and who is allowed to speak. This isn't a democracy they're building. It's an environment where obedience is enforced through economic pressure, social division, and a constant threat of losing everything. Musk and Trump aren't just vying for individual power. They're working in tandem to reshape the country into a place where they, and only they, dictate the rules. It's a world where truth is whatever they decide, and anyone who challenges that version of reality is targeted and isolated. So are they going to eliminate each other in some battle of egos? Who knows, but they won't be the ones to suffer in the long run. Either of them can start somewhere new if things change. We don't typically have that safety net to catch ourselves when faced with disaster like billionaires do. So I wouldn't feel sorry if Musk caught any shade from Donald Trump because it wouldn't hurt him like it would hurt regular, everyday people. This is the moment to open our eyes, because if we don't see this plan for what it is, we'll find ourselves trapped in it before we know it. Musk and Trump aren't just fighting for their individual empires. They're laying the groundwork for a world where control is absolute and resistance is unthinkable. We're not just looking at policies or political tactics. We're looking at a calculated effort to dismantle democracy piece by piece until nothing remains but their power. If we stay silent, we're complicit. If we don't push back, we're handing over the keys to our freedom. So let's make it clear that we won't be silenced, because if we don't act now, we might not ever get that chance again. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.